Hey guys, okay, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, it is super bright outside right now, and I wanted to try to use some natural light. But basically, I told you guys I was gonna give you a tutorial on this hairstyle. Took me forever, but I'm finally getting to it. It's actually time for me to take it down now. But before I take it down, I'll show you guys, how I got this hairstyle. It didn't take too long. So basically, I did everything from, putting the braids in, putting the faux locks in, and the little accessories. So I'll show you guys how to do all of it. Um, yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, guys, so I'm starting here. I just undid two, so you can see what it'll look like. Um, I already redid the front row, and when I redid them, I chose smaller pieces to make it look a little more full, and it lasted a lot longer. So that's why you see these two straggly pieces of hair. But this is the brand I use, Bomba Faux Locs Mane, 14 inches. Um, I did number 4 in color because I didn't want it super dark. I mean, it still ended up looking dark. And then this is the braiding hair I use, Freetress braid. It's crochet hair. It's the waterwave. Okay, so here I'm gonna cut the hair in half, and I'm just gonna say this now: do not mind my girl's fingernails. I just took off some acrylics, and I had to, get them off the best I could. So don't pay attention to that. I'm just trying to stretch the hair, just so the ends wouldn't be too even. So as you can see, like I just pull it a little bit from either side and make it look a little uneven. I didn't do it too much because literally this hair is just for the ends of the locks, just to, give it a little curl. So okay, so I swear I'm not really this slow, but for some reason, parting the section of hair, looking in the camera, and it was backwards. I don't know. I started off really weird, but you just braid your hair like normal. Just do a normal braid. And I decided not to add the braiding hair in the beginning because one, that's just a little bit more tension on your hair and it's unnecessary. And two, I mean, it just takes more time. That's more weave you got to use. You really only need to add the braiding hair to the bottom. Like, for me, I used the bottom inch just to make sure my hair was gripped in with the hair good enough. But really, you just need that hair to show through on the bottom at the end of the lock. So you really only need to add it at the bottom. So also, okay, if you know how to add braiding hair into your own hair, do it the way that you know how. I tried doing it a different way and it wasn't the most convenient for me, so I actually just added in on the first two strands and I start braiding. Once I get a braid going and established with the weave, I just separate off a piece of the braiding hair from the other section and join it with that last piece of my hair. So I don't know if you could see that. But yeah, so now all three of my pieces of hair are blended in with the braiding hair. And then I just continue down, detangling as I go through. And I just braid it down. Now I know this looks terrible, but keep in mind you're gonna have the faux lock on top, so there's no point in doing a perfect braid or anything like that. All right, so now I'm grabbing the faux lock and the crochet hook. So as you can see, the faux lock has a hook on the end for the crochet hook to go through. You're going to put the crochet through the base of your hair. I kind of caught it under one of the other locks, so watch me as I struggle getting that out. Okay, now that it's clear of the other lock, I'm going to hook the faux lock on there, and then there's a uh, little piece to close it, and I'm just going to close that and pull the lock through. Now you can use the crochet hook for this part or your fingers. I prefer using my fingers, but you just want to pull the faux lock and the braid through the loop. So you can, keep the hook on there and just grab it with the hook and pull it through. For me, it was just easier to use my fingers. Once you pull both the braid and the lock through, you're just going to pull the lock, tighten it up. So you want that knot at the top to be tight. And now so now I'm just kind of showing you what the lock looks like when you unravel it, and then it just curls right back up. So you want to unravel it, and then following the direction of the curl, you want to wrap it around your actual braid. And wrap it tight. That's super important because you don't want, your braid hanging out the lock. So I'm just wrapping it around, and you kind of go through it like where you're unraveling, you wrap it, unravel it, wrap it up. So that's pretty much how it goes. You go all the way down. So on most of the locks, I went all the way down, but on this one, I wanted to cut the faux lock before it got all the way to the bottom because there wouldn't be any of the curly hair on the other end. So I just cut it a little short, and then I'm just going to take my hands and roll the end. That makes it look a little more natural and kind of makes it lock at the end. So it's not just like a blunt end and then a curl coming out of it. So it kind of blends it all together and locks it in. Now I like doing the wraparound method just because it looks a lot more natural, and they all kind of blend together at the end, but I like that it looks messy and it doesn't look perfect, because I feel like, to me, it makes it look nicer than when you have the, perfectly formed faux locks. I don't really like that style. That's not what I was going for. So that's why I did it that way. There are different ways where you can actually pull the crochet through on the crochet hook. I just didn't want to do it that way this time. But that's another way you can do it as well. You can actually pull through the crochet lock. You can, pull your braid through. So I'm prepping for the second one. And this one I'm not going to talk you through it. I'm just going to kind of let you guys watch and just see how I do it. I do want to mention though, so I originally wanted to do the shorter faux locks. I really like that look, and it didn't hit me until like a week later of me deciding to do this style that my hair was longer than that, so it would be pretty hard to, braid my natural hair down and not have the locks be too long, because the lock has to go to the length of my hair, obviously. And as you can see, my hair is pretty long. And these are, so I did not do my braids this small throughout my entire head. This is only in the front. When I redid the front row, I actually made a lot more smaller braids just because it made the hair last a lot longer. Like, it made the style last a lot longer. My hair didn't get as frizzy as fast. So trust me, I didn't do this many very tiny, tedious braids all over my head, but in the front, they are pretty small. And my hair is also very thin, so I have to do smaller braids to get the volume that I want. Um, because if I did bigger braids, I would have like seven faux locks in my head. So I also wanted to, give it a little bit more volume in the front. So that's why I did these tiny braids. Now, for the fun part, accessorizing. So, I bought some stretch cord. All of the things that I bought for the accessories are from Walmart. This is just some yarn. This is some wire. This is all in the jewelry making section. I just start getting whatever. And then, those little gold clamps that you put on, braids or whatever. I got some of those. I got those from the beauty supply. My little Aries charm. It says courageous on the back. How cute. So now, I'm only going to show you how to do the wire one. The rest it's literally just wrapping yarn or whatever around your hair. So this is probably the most difficult one. So I'll show you how to do that. So I took a pin because it's about the size of a lock or somewhere near it. And you just wrap it around the pin in a circular motion. So it depends on how long you want it to be. Like in one of my faux locks, I have one that goes all the way, like basically from the top to the bottom of the faux lock. This one I'm just going to do just like a shorter one. I think I'm going to do it towards the bottom. So I got the length that I want. I'm going to use this nifty tool. Clearly, I don't know what it's called. Wire cutter, I'm assuming. And I'm going to cut the wire. That would be a good name for it, obviously, if it's wire cutter. And then I just want to create a small little loop on the bottom. And I just use the, smaller part of the pin to kind of wrap it around. The wire is not as tough as I'm making it seem, but it's just because I'm trying to get that into a tight coil at the bottom. But the wire is pretty flexible. I got two different kinds. This one I like better because the gold is more vibrant and the wire is not hard. So I created a little loop on the bottom. I want to put the charm. I'm going to put it through the loop. So I'm going to have it hang off of this accessory. Bend it to how I want it. And now with the crochet hook, I'm actually going to use that to get the wire onto my hair. So go to the bottom, because trust me, I tried to do it in the middle. It does not work very well that way. Close the hook, pull it through. I think I let it slip out or something happened. I'm not sure. Oh, I had it on the wrong way. So pay attention if you want like the coin to hang at the bottom or the top. That's up to you as well. Okay, close the hook, pull it through. Now, I'm going to pull it up the lock. And then I'm pulling it apart and twisting it to tighten it at the same time. So you can pull it as far apart as you want. And then you have your little metal accessory. How cute, right? And so yeah, now I'm just going to show you some of the different things. So that's with the stretch cord. It's pretty easy. You literally just wrap it however. I only use the gold. So yeah, I have that one. I did that one all the way up and down. I think that's another stretch cord. I have my little flamingo, and that's with that metal, the one that I just showed you. I have some of the yarn in there. The little, that's supposed to be my little hint of rose gold. But yeah, that's how it's done. Bye, guys.